Y'all know me. I gotta hit you with the two, the double deuce. Okay, now listen. Midsummer. It came out like I think 2019. Now listen, it was just about this couple and like this group of people that was gonna go to some resort. Um, and then like the main characters were in a relationship, and they didn't have the best relationship. So this was kind of, I think, half the reason why they was going to this midsummer vacation, that they thought, right? When they get there, it's a whole big old ritualistic, routine-based family. Look, always remember, it's really a family that is sustaining something on a very, very deep level. Okay, and this is what's actually, this right here in Midsummer actually happens. Always remember, it's a movie though, so it's gonna be over exaggerated, but the theme is always gonna be there, aka the reason, the whole mist of why that the person came to the conclusion to write what they wrote. Now listen. Now, so I really wish I could make this video like as long as the movie. I'm gonna start making a movie breakdowns where I'm just sitting here looking at the movie and like showing, look, this is a representation how you can see it. I'm not gonna tell you, oh, this is what it means. Nah, it's just gonna be like, oh, okay, what does this mean? We can all agree this means this. So you can make your own mind up as far as positioning, how you perceived what the scene was and all that stuff. What this symbol, what this elemental thing meant, water, fire, all that. So look, like I say, disclaimer, everybody does rituals. This world was built off of rituals, and a ritual is simply an action you do with the intent to have whatever you got in your mind. So you can do a ritual by brushing your fucking teeth. That's a goddamn ritual, because when you're brushing your teeth, you're doing the action. You're supposed to be consciously aware with your intent that you're trying to cleanse your mouth. Your mouth is something that you spew fucking spit, words, sounds out of. So sometimes you need to clean your motherfucking mouth. That's a ritual. So now look. So they now people take it more extreme than others. Shit, we cook, that's a ritual. But look, people take it more extreme than others. Okay, so let's get all that extra shit. But listen. So we gotta look at it on a spiritual level, so you can just understand it, not even have to be like, wait, why did this happen like that? Well, why did they die like that? This is kind of, you can just understand it like the essence. You understand it from the dark, so then you know how it came to light. It don't go no further than that. But yeah, look. So, Midsummer, they all was a group that wasn't a part of this family tree. Hence, they had a family. I forgot what they called it. And the black dude, peed on it and stuff like that. They took it serious. They spread the ashes of whoever died from their family on that tree. Remember, trees represented as something that's deeply rooted, took patience, time, nurturing to pretty much come to pretty much grow and bear a fruit after that type thing, right? So look, so that's just symbolism for them sustaining their family tree, but on a deep level. Family tree, like they passing down essences of like this is how you gonna sustain this whole world. Like you gotta keep this going so you can stay free. Stay free down here. But it can't go further than down here. Like they can only kind of reduplicate this. Now look, so they go. They realize real quick. They realize real quick. Remember what I said? They from a whole different circumstance, and they're coming into somebody else's stuff. So they realize real quick that they're out of place because they're not exactly on the same wavelength as these people. They're not on the same things as the ideas of these people. Obviously, this is why they instantly was like, wait a minute, what is this? All right. So they're already in their space. So what happens when you go into a space? You start going through the different attributes of it, whatever the little circumstances, the little situations of it. You know what I'm saying? And then you're accumulating from your space that you was used to with those people, and now you're starting to accumulate in that space that's different. So obviously it's going to be in your way. You're going to start thinking in your way, but it's going to be derived out of what came first, which was what you came into, which was that circumstance of the whole family ritually, that big old camp, whatever you call it. Now, we got to remember that shapes, animals, fire elements, um, suicide, jumping off cliffs, certain time periods that things happen are all structured. And when you can structure these things, especially when it has something to do with the spirit or the soul, afterlife type things, you're able to pretty much like hold in a lot of energy source. But that's just like, it's something bigger than that. I don't want to just say that I got too much taintedness in it, but just think about it. If you had a whole bunch of hate towards something, think about how strong that be coming out sometimes, and people don't know what's going on. So imagine doing that on a bigger level, but you're trying to preserve, you're trying to make sure you know the direction of who is passing. Otherwise, you just gonna wait on Jesus? Because you obviously see people got concepts of doing this on their own. You're supposed to just, not even supposed to. The best way to do it is just to not feel biased on either side, so you won't get spooked. Now you know yourself enough to know, man, I don't like that stuff. But at the same time, you can always see things for what it is, and what it is these people just got sucked into an environment that wasn't them, and they got pretty much vamped and changed by these people because they were so outweighed and they didn't have any direction. Remember, when they came here, it was the female didn't really know what was going on with the relationship and stuff like that. Look, it's all resemblance of, look, the man and the woman that wasn't there first is basically the direction of this group. I'm glad it's on this. The man, these are the two men, and then everybody else behind them, right? So that's the people that's leading. So, but remember, they wasn't on the right page on a deeper level. What happens when you aren't, you can't come together? Remember, you got two different sides, okay? You got the inside, outside. What happens when you can't come together? You're not even in the right mind state to be convinced of anything that will be in your true liking, because you're not even in your true liking, because you're like stay balanced, whatever you want to say, man. So that's already messed up. And they was and also, so didn't know what was going on already because they was frustrated with each other, and then they came into it with no true reason or direction for themselves because they was all already mad. So it's just kind of telling you what happens when you go somewhere without no sure when you go to a certain area of space and start accumulating, and you're not very sure about what you're doing, and you're not even sure about what you're getting yourself into. This is what happens. They're already on the wrong page, so then they start basically already messing up, going over restrictions because they don't know, and if anything, if they get told, remember, if they get told, I think one of the people got told something, but they didn't take it serious because they're not a part of it. It's not their family. So, but you know what I'm saying? But it's like, but it's the family is that's their whole thing. So it's like, you got to respect it at a certain point. Man, like this movie is like really deep, but so I'm just gonna fast forward. So basically when dude was getting convinced that let's do this first. So we're gonna talk about the sex scene first. So look, you gotta look at this for what it is. The reason why the dude was having sex with that virgin that he found out after the fact. First of all, a virgin is just, these are all representation. A virgin is just something that hasn't gotten light put in it yet. It's something that hasn't been fulfilled yet, but it's there and it needs something to fulfill it, aka fucking a virgin. And then she start fulfilling blood, or she start getting wet. All right, but now that, so like look, so that's just symbolism And the fact that he had witnesses, he had more females around him. Oh shit! I hope I ain't had that in my mouth. He had more females around him, right? This don't mean nothing about weird stuff or it's old females or why they doing that or none of that. The reality is, remember I say, them two came as the main two, so it's the man and then the woman. The fact that the man split up from his original woman, they weren't on the same page, so they didn't have no connection. He cheated, but deeper than that, on a physical level, deeper than that, what we do with ourselves when you by yourself or when you're going through your own things in life, truly, you when you're not agreeable with the very thing that makes you feel comfortable in order to conduct yourself in the world. If you don't agree with that, you go or if you get tired of it, whatever, frustrated, you go search or you go cheat on another type of feeling with your thought. You know what I'm saying? So first you might think, oh, I'm gonna go get me some snacks. But man, I'm tired, like, but I feel like I've been doing this too long and stuff like that. But okay, boom, go somewhere else with that thought that you want chips. Now go in the space of fuck all that shit, man. I'm just trying to eat. Then you gonna have a feeling that comes to you that, oh, okay, yeah, you can eat. Then you can feel more comfortable. So you basically just cheated on your original thought. Now listen, look, just please don't take this so literal, because this is what's going on. And if you can like kind of get it like this, you can see it for what it is. And what it is when he was having sex with the virgin, he was in another space dealing with other women, females, feelings, and he got connected because he fucked the virgin. He got connected to a new space, no matter if he liked it or not. And guess what? When that happens, you're gonna get put in the front lines because you didn't know what you got yourself into, aka his ass ran outside naked. So he was just shown for what it was. Like he didn't have no type of anything to cling on to. He just did what he did type thing. And then he ran out. Remember though, all them females was around him moaning and stuff like that, so they can kind of enhance it, so they can make him feel even more comfortable. That's what it was supposed to be about. Now, if you look at it like a human, you'll be like, well, how the fuck is that comfortable? But it's like, the writer was thinking like that. So, now, let's go to the part where the female that came there, the main character, was starting to basically not be guided by her man no more, not be directed by the light no more, aka the thought, the man. That's what his representation is. So what she starts doing is what is a female? A whirlpool, a vibe. So she's just gonna start. She don't got no direction to think or nobody to lead her to tell her what is, what ain't. So guess what? She's just gonna come a part of that bigger world because she's already a world swirling in it. So if she ain't got no light within that world, aka the dude to lead her, but it ain't all about the actual. Now, the dude's supposed to lead though, but yeah. So if he ain't got that, she just gets sucked into the environment. Oh, the dark.
Sacrificial purposes.
Oh no, that's what y'all talking. She gets sucked into the environment. This is even what happens in real life. Look, what happens when a female don't got no type of actual like mental thing to cling on to or anything, no direction or anything. What does she do when she's around other people? She pretty much just goes with those people. Not to say females don't got like a certain like logic, but I'm just saying usually you just go with it because you're like, well, I want to be a part. I want to feel comfortable. That's just the feminine nature. Now, anyways, so that's enough about that. Now we're gonna go to now we just gonna go to the part at the end where they pretty much burnt this motherfucker in a suit. Listen, first you gotta remember, they drugged him first. So basically their things, the things that they came up with in that environment that they know will alter the perception, the awareness of somebody, you know what I'm saying, that's operating in a human body. They utilize these things so they can pretty much practice their full-blown ritual without your extra fighting and resistance. This is all basically them trying to incorporate new people with their environment, aka Christians trying to convince other people, aka other religion trying to convince other people of something. Like, this is no different. Don't look too much into the detail, but then at the same time you can't look too much into the detail if you got it like that. But wow, they placed his ass in a burning. Now, no, before that, his old girl was witnessing them setting it all up. She was sitting there like a big old flower, you know what I'm saying, sitting there like big old flower bush, and she was just sitting there witnessing them lighting the damn teepee up, and it was yellow. I think it was yellow teepee. It was a triangle though, you know what I'm saying? And what was in that triangle was animals, mimicking animals. So he was in an animal suit. He was drugged, so he couldn't even be aware no more after all that stuff happened to him. Then they put him in a form. So they put you in so you came somewhere to be directed for yourself, you thought, and you got directed that they gonna put you where they want to put you because you didn't follow their rules. And at a certain point, it's kind of right, but that's not even right. No. She sacrificed him. That's what it was. But you got to remember, you can't look at her like she's wrong or he wrong. At the end of the day, the place they was at is the reason why she came to that conclusion. That's the reality. It ain't nothing else but the things she was accumulating from the space of this ritualistic ass place that they always pretty much use dark energy, aka they utilize the fact that they know that they can't look. They utilize the fact that they can't see what's going on, but they know they have faith that they believe in whatever they're talking about to come true and keep recycling. And the more that they routinely structure around this, the more real it's gonna come. You know what I'm saying? And that's when it's set in stone. At the end of the day, she turned on his man because the man turned on her. You know why? They was already on the wrong page coming to it. Guess what? Even if they was on the right page, the best they could probably do is just realize that, oh, this isn't right for us. But right there, even if they would have like been on the right page, it would have had to be like a real subtle thing, because you got to realize when you're in a space, when you're in something that's bigger than you, that means you're in something bigger than you, which means you're smaller by default, which means you're more susceptible to get ran over or get hit by things, aka get hit by thoughts that you're not used to, get overwhelmed by the fact that they care about rituals, get overwhelmed but the fact that they care about certain things you don't. It's all just the fact that they structure around what they do, and it ain't really what they do, it's really how they're thinking in their mind of what they're doing it for. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. They burn this motherfucker, and his desires, no, not in his desires, in their desires, made him think it was his own desires. Now he gets to come in flames, aka he gets to burn in all their indecisiveness, all of their demons, all of their animal natures, which is all having to do with survival, all having to do with eating, all having to do with carnage and doing what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Now they sacrificed him, and she chose to sacrifice him, like I said, not knowing what she was really doing because she got swept up by the environment. And this is what happens when you're not sufficient with your own stability, with how you can think with a sure mind, and you try to take that shit somewhere else. Your ass gonna get killed, or you gonna get separated from yourself, and you may never come back. That's it. Midsommar.